What is a letter of intent? Well, it's a letter that basically says we formally agree to a future agreement. Not so notable an event unless the ones agreeing are Xbox and Hideo Kojima. Also, Danhauser makes moves, more Switch units move off the shelves, and it's another big week for charity and gaming. All this and more on the EG Daily Reset. First, I just want to say welcome and thank you for listening to the first ever episode of the EG Daily Reset. This is the Emergent Gamer's new daily morning news show, which gives you the biggest stories you need to know to be up to speed in the gaming world each day in just a few minutes. Subscribe and tune in every morning as the show will be up and ready for you and your day at 8 a.m. Good morning, gamers. I'm your host, Trip Zero, and this is your news for Monday, July 5th, 2021. Hideo Kojima and Xbox sign a letter of intent stating they will work together on a publishing agreement for Kojima's next game. First reported by Jeff Grubb of GamesBeat and citing sources familiar with the matter, this agreement moves along a process that's been rumored to have been happening for a few months. And while this most likely does not prevent Kojima from working with PlayStation, it is unlikely that Xbox will share whatever project ends up being created through this collaboration. Beyond the fact that this intent letter exists, there are some recent interesting hiring moves by Xbox and comments by Kojima himself. In late June, Xbox announced the hiring of Kim Swift to Xbox Games Publishing, where she will work with independent studios to develop games meant for Xbox Cloud services. Smith was the co-creator of Portal, and was previously with Google's cloud-based games platform Stadia as game design director. Kojima himself has stated that he sees cloud gaming as the future, and that he expects a huge shift to cloud gaming in the next 4 to 5 years, as well as the nature of that type of delivery system changing the nature of games themselves. Danhauser, one of the 4 original founders of game studio Rockstar, has filed paperwork to register a new game studio. Called Absurd Ventures in Games, the studio was officially incorporated in the UK on June 23rd. Houser left Rockstar in March of 2020 after an extended break announced by the company in March of 2019. No word yet on what Dan's new studio will focus on in terms of gaming content, but the expectations are certainly high. He has been the creative lead of nearly every Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption game ever made. According to VG Chart's most recently published sales numbers, the Nintendo Switch has officially outsold the PlayStation 3. The PS3's lifetime sales numbers ended at 87.4 million, and the Switch has just been updated on the report to 87.43 million. This makes the console the 7th best-selling game console of all time. And, with no official announcements of a Nintendo Switch Pro, despite many rumors and reports, the Switch apparently still has time to chase down the 6th best-selling console of all time, the Nintendo Wii, at 101.63 million units. Summer Games Done Quick 2021, or SGDQ, began yesterday with a 30-minute kickoff pre-show before the first speedrun at 12 noon. Games Done Quick is a twice-yearly speedrunning charity marathon which runs for a full week, 24 hours a day. The winter event, known as Awesome Games Done Quick, benefits the Prevent Cancer Foundation, while Summer Games Done Quick benefits Doctors Without Borders. Due to the ongoing global pandemic, this event is the 3rd so far that has been all virtual, though the opening pre-show did acknowledge the prevalence of vaccinations and quarantine ending, with the pre-recorded segment revealing that the 4 hosts were in fact together in person after a physical 4-frame border made it seem like they were in a Zoom or Discord call at first. Last year's event raised $2.3 million for the humanitarian aid organization, and the GDQ organization as a whole has raised over $31 million for charity since their inception. Tune in to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick this week to watch the charity speedrun event. Back to Nintendo, the company's president Shuntaro Furukawa recently stated that he wants to continue pursuing their classic line of consoles. This information comes from an investor Q&A posted on Nintendo's Japanese website. Both the NES and the SNES classic consoles were massive hits, being miniature versions of their respective hardware consoles with full-sized original-style controllers and a number of the console's favorite games built in for easy retro gaming. It has long been rumored that the Nintendo 64 console would be next to get the mini treatment, and while Furukawa did not explicitly name this as a product in development, his sentiments seem to indicate we'll see one in the future. Translated by Game Revolution, Furukawa said that the classic consoles are a great way to convey the appeal of Nintendo IP to parents, and that he wants Nintendo products to be played by people of all ages, from children to adults. As of July 2nd, the digital store for the Sony PSP, or PlayStation Portable, has closed. No new digital games can be purchased on the PSP system directly, and in-game storefronts that sell DLC will only function until July 6th, which is tomorrow. There is a positive to those worried about the future of these games. Any PSP digital games that were being sold are still available through the PS Vita and PS3 storefronts. These were originally slated to be closed as well, but the backlash at Sony after the rumors dropped led them to reevaluate their decisions. What also still works is the ability to delete and re-download content directly to the PSP system from Sony's servers. So, not all good, not all bad, but certainly the end of an era in Sony's gaming history. That's going to be it for Monday, July 5th, 2021. Subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get up to speed in the gaming world every morning with me, your host, Trip Zero. And be sure to find and listen to our main show, the Emergent Gamer Podcast, live on twitch.tv/emergent_gamer on Wednesday nights, and then on podcast services the next day. Get the news with me and hear the in-depth discussion with the rest of us. I'll see you tomorrow.